Hello everyone and welcome back to our first playthrough of Elden Ring. So at the end of the last installment, I thought that the game bugged out and didn't actually give me what dropped from the boss fight. So we got this assassin dagger, and so naturally I thought, oh well, that's a weapon. Well, when I went back and rewatched the fight, I noticed two things. First thing, the boss actually started with less than full HP, which I'm not sure why that is or if that's intentional. And secondly, I saw that the symbol on top was actually the talisman symbol. So we got this Assassin's Crimson Dagger, which restores HP on critical hits. Now, I believe critical hits are only for backstabs, but at the moment, I think it might be worthwhile because we tend to do a lot of backstabbing. And so I think that we're gonna want to be using that. Ooh, look at that. There's another castle out in the distance. And another castle up there. So we did learn that this map goes quite north. And I'm guessing it may go quite east and west as well. So I think we're going to start from here. It looks like we've got somebody to talk to. This be our maiden.
Is someone there?
Or no.
My name is Hayata.
It's another
I'm
blind
journeying
girl.
in search of the distant light. If I might be so bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? My eyesight has been weak since birth, you see. I can't tell which way I'm supposed to go next. But when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden.
Okay. So we encountered another woman like her earlier who was hard of sight from the time she was born. And we did go back to her father to deliver the letter because he had her escape. And then we went back to her, she died. She did not ask anything about the Shabriri grape. We have one. I think I'm gonna give it.
Many thanks to you.
I don't have any
Now I can
reason
feel the
not
distant
to.
light once more. You are most kind indeed.
And
May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
okay.
You are most kind, and may the blessing of the
So we get a gesture from that, and you know, we might encounter her later. We have a maiden. I don't really know what happened to her. Like, she hasn't been at any Lost Graces or locations since, and that girl's being a finger maiden, which is what is aiding us, so I don't think that's the worst thing. I want to go over here because this is a church, and from what we've learned, churches have sacred tears. And I like sacred tears. So, you know, just some simple math there, put two and two together. Your boy wants more healing. Church of Erith. Bingo bango.
You're
Who are you?
tarnished, aren't you?
I am.
Then perhaps you could spare some runes. Believe it or not, I studied glintstone sorceries at the Academy of Rhea Lugaria. For a small donation, I'd be happy to share my knowledge. Well,
It's only
bless
10
you,
runes.
Bless you.
For
You're
sure.
a true saint. My name is Topes. Presuming you're interested, I can teach you sorceries as promised. Only none of them are particularly great.
Fires magic projectiles from glintstone. Fires a horizontally widening magic arc. Creates starlight to illuminate surroundings.
Apologies, friend. I'm afraid my meager sorceries are no match for your generosity. Oh, right. I can tell you what I know about this place. That should help a bit.
That would be useful.
You've seen that structure to the north, towering over the water. That's the Academy of Rhea Lugaria.
Okay.
Where we study glintstone.
That's something that's been mentioned.
Its doors have been closed for.
And I think that there's one of the 4 bosses there.
With the shattering, the Academy cast repelling seals on the east gate leading to the capital, and the south gate leading here. As you might have guessed, the seals are still active, making entry to the Academy impossible without a glintstone key. And so I'm stuck here. A fledgling sorcerer with little chance of acquiring a key.
Glintstone key.
When they cast the seals, I'd just popped out. And now I'm uprooted from my place of learning. Why not find yourself a glintstone key? Without one, you can't pass through the Academy, and you'll never reach the Erdtree capital. And if you find an extra glintstone key, perhaps, once you've tied up all your loose ends, and I can be very patient, would you consider donating it to me? I know it. I'm a bluntstone. Nary a hint of talent for sorcery. But still, my place is at the Academy.
Do we have a glintstone key? We don't. I don't know why I thought we might. Also, you know what? We've got a couple things that have expanded our crafting repertoire. I should look and see what we can make. Holy water pot, rancor pot. Can it... I don't know what boosting robustness is. Bone darts. We can craft some fire grease things. Glowstone, more of those, and a lot of arrows. Okay, so far nothing too crazy. So he said that there's the glintstone key, and then he was also saying this, so there's the Academy somewhere up here, and then to the east is the capital. He said about seeing it up to the north. So that must be the Rhea Lugaria Academy. And the capital is maybe up and over there. Okay. So we are gonna head in that direction, I think. At least for the time being. Like I've said before, it's gonna come down to, do we feel prepared for the area? If we don't, then we'll try heading east from the area that we started. But if things seem to scale pretty well, then we'll continue to head north out of here. Crystal Bud. A new crafting item. But I want to check back and around the side here to see if there's anything hidden about. I don't know that we're going to be able to climb that rock. Got some dogs down here. Alright. Deal with those wolves. How far does this stretch back? Okay, so this does go pretty far back here. We can maybe see... I feel like we're too low to actually take a look at it. I wanted to see if we could follow the broken bridge across on the other half. See what might be over there. But so far, not seeing too much in that regard. I was gonna say, there has to be something down here, though. Would be odd for it to lead us so far back and there just be absolutely nothing for it. Where does this put us on the map? So this is actually heading down into here. Okay. This is gonna bring us back towards something with the castle, like some secret entrance down below. Because I remember when we had fallen to our death that one time, we were down pretty low. There's a ball down there. There's certainly something to take a look at, depending on where this pathway goes. Let's keep following. See what we come up against. Okay, so we can go to the right, or we can go over here. Let's go and get this ball. Seems like it's glittering white, which might be a shadow. Yeah, okay. So the Ash of, if they're colored white, then that must be when we get like the Ash of War and things of that nature. So what did that drop? Ash of War, not a regular ash. So it was one of these guys. Stormlaw? Or was it Stormcaller? I think it might have been this Stormwall. Swing the shield to create a wall of storm winds in front of you. Deflecting arrows and other such physical projectiles can also be used in the same way as a regular parry, usable on small and medium shields. Well, that's kind of cool. So if you've got a situation where you're going to be dealing with deflecting a bunch of projectiles, you can cast that and just cause this whole windstorm in front of you. Okay, so there is an item up there. This is a cool little off the beaten path area that we've come across. Oh. Okay. So how do we get there then? Is this back up? What is that? So this is taking us back. That's over to the north. Is that another sacred tier because it's at the bottom of a statue, or is that something different? I'm gonna mark it though. Do you come across that bridge the normal way? I'm guessing we never actually went to that. Seems odd to me that we would just come all the way down here and there be essentially a dead end, but that's the feeling that I'm getting. We come down. This dead-ended, right? Or can you jump down there? See, this is the weird part of, like, I can see things. Can see solid ground. Is it too far to jump? I think it might be. Like, I want to try it, but also I don't want to die. What would that even lead us to? It would take us down into here. It feels like, based on this coloration, this might be land that we can't go to. You know? It's deep, it's steep. I don't see any items or enemies. Feels like a good way to die. Feels like a very good way to die. Going down there. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this then. We'll go back and then we'll try and go to the bridge straight north from here. See if that gets us to what we were just looking at. Now we've got some enemies here. Gonna try and avoid them. Just out a bit to the right. Okay. So this is the road straight north. Checking to see if there's anything off the side in these archways. Have some bats. There are more bats. Okay. It's quite stormy out. It is quite stormy out. And this is also quite the open area, which eerily makes me like expect a boss to come jumping out. But instead we've got somebody here.
You, please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers.
This is the same, this looks like the same lady as from the Two Fingers room.
Head to the foundation of gold tarnished. Traverse Rhea Lugaria, glintstone eventide, and reunite the half crescents at the grand lift. Oh, but the bridge is collapsed and cannot be crossed. Only, why should that matter? Stormvale Castle still stands tall.
The half crescents. The Great Lift is what she just talked about. So the Great Lift of Dectus, connecting Altus Plateau to Liurna. I said half crescents though. So were there multiple Great Lifts? Altus Plateau to Liurnia. Because it sounded like at the Rhea Lucaria.
Head traverse Rhea and reunite the half crescents at the grand lift. Oh, but
So does Rhea Lucaria connect the two of those? Or are there multiple lifts, I guess is what we need to find out. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. So we definitely got a couple new things. Can alleviate blood loss. We can also make soft cotton. Reduce fall damage and sound. Temporarily. Those may be the only two things. Fire pot, holy water pot, roped holy water pot. Okay. So right now I'm under the impression that Rhea Lucaria is the same Great Lift location. And if that's the case, then we're going to need to find the other half of this. A coastal Fort Haight to the west. So we found one in Fort Faroth over here. We're gonna have to figure out how far west does this actually go. And we will mark this as found. Thank you. Church of Erith. I'm gonna mark that with a person. Because he is... Well, yes, a merchant, there is still some story quest associated with it. I'm still upset because there's definitely more to this castle that we haven't quite uncovered. But we'll go back here. I may revisit the castle at some point, but I think I want to try and press on a bit here. The Urnia of the Lakes. Okay. So we are on our way out that way. But I think we're going to go past Erith and kind of check down in this area and make our way up. And I want to go here because I think this is the map. If my guesstimations are correct on some of the inner workings of the game, those markers indicate where map pieces are located. That seems to be where we found our second one. This goes west and down. I want to kind of stay over by the church and back. And maybe we can also find our way over to how you get across from the castle. That's something that we haven't quite figured out. So we've got this over here. And we probably have to teleport over to it. But maybe that happens... I have two guesses. It's either going to be somewhere from out here teleports us across, or maybe three guesses. Somewhere out here teleports us across. There's another one of those teleporter things inside the castle that's like pointed over there. Or it's one of those, like a chest, has a teleport spell in it. So the critical, critical hit regains HP, which is pretty sweet. Do not want that guy to be respawning. A warming stone. What is a warming stone? Use FP to continuously heal nearby allies. Also, I'm realizing when the items drop that they have a marker on top of them as to what type of item they are. So if we pay attention to that, we'll actually know which menu it's in. That's why I got tripped up when we got the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. Like, oh, well, that's a weapon, but it's actually a talisman. Okay. So that seems to be everything over here. We continue to follow the cliffside. It looks like there's stuff deep in the valley. I kind of want to... Let's see. Do we want to go on the upper portion first? Maybe check out this graveyard and then head down into the canyon. It seems like the graveyards are leaving stuff for us. Academy scroll. Grave scythe. So the Academy scroll. So we've got a couple things to learn sorceries and incantations. Now, the guy that we found, I don't know if you can give him stuff. It didn't seem like it. But right now we only have one guy at Round Table Hold, and if you give him dark-related stuff, he is not about it. It seems like he'll teach it to you, but he seemed very upset when we gave him, like, the assassin one. So I'm a little bit hesitant now to give him any more of that type. Which I don't think the one we just got is, but Just thinking in general about the potential sorceries and incantations you could learn. Okay, so that seems to be everything up top here. And it looks like the way to get to the next section is going down through the canyon over here. So that's where we're gonna head. Got some deer skulls. 200? Oh man. Get so many golden rune ones, which I mean, they do add up. The individual ones seem fairly worthless, but as a whole, pretty valuable. Okay, so we've got a bit of a stronghold. What do we have down there? Seems very bleak. Definitely a lot to go back east. We need to kind of keep pressing out towards here. We're well off this road, which I don't know that we ever actually got over to. When we came this way, everything went down. So there might be a way to get across and back that we still need to take a look at. But we will keep pressing forward this way. Some towers down there. Okay. Enemies are definitely getting a little bit stronger. Taking 3 to 4 hits. Oh. Gonna have to be careful. Don't want to get too greedy with them. Have to remember like what we're dealing with. Still in a reasonable space, like they're definitely not a big jump. I'm very curious what the lands out east are like. You didn't hear anything, buddy. Never saw it coming. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook. So we can craft Cuckoo Glintstone. And I guess that's it. It had one recipe in it. So I guess the Glintstone Cookbook, I guess he didn't know too much. But maybe that's also a thing. Who knows if there's a set number of recipes per cookbook. Like a level 1, like a rank 1 cookbook may only have one thing in it. And maybe some of the bigger numbered ones have more. That's a very speculative thing. Okay, I'm gonna actually hug this west cliffside and leave this giant area over here until we have the map. As it looks like we've got a Lost Grace. We've got some blue highlighted things over here. I don't know if those are just the lamp color or if there's something more to it. That is just the lighting color. Okay. So we've got this, and we also have a merchant. We've had a couple of these where there's a merchant right next to a Lost Grace. We have a little bit of coin too. See what he's selling.
Around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them.
Can we buy a glintstone key from him? We already have a lantern. We'll definitely buy the cookbook. Estoc Astrologer's Staff. Staff of the Astrologers, a glintstone is embedded in the tip, enabling it to be used as a catalyst for sorceries. Sorceries must be memorized first At a site of lost grace, and a staff must be equipped to cast them. Do we even have one? We've got to have some sort of catalyst, right? Yeah, we have some staves. So I don't think... Oh, these are all glintstone staves, actually. Okay. Well, I'll mark him on our map. I don't know if we'll really need to return, but figure I should mark all of the merchants for ourselves. Okay. So I want to check this out, but we will come back. We will come back to this land. We're going to press north, make our way towards this marker here. Actually gonna mark it on the map, that way we've got a more clear indicator. Ah! Not okay. Not okay. Freaking jump scares, man. That's just a reflection on his back. Okay, so I just have to be pretty much expecting creatures to jump out. Okay. Please be a map. There's 3 of these guys. It would be nice if I could make contact with you. Oh my gosh. Oh, how did I miss? I don't quite understand. We're just gonna bait them, I guess. But when they're in groups like this, the baiting of them doesn't seem to matter too much. You gotta bait them all. Okay. Please be a map. Okay, yep, that confirms it. That confirms it. These things are maps. Those markers. So what did that say? The Liurnia East. So this, wow, okay. That shows pretty high up. So this is Liurnia. Is this the capital or is this something else? Because it said about the gates. And there is a road up here, but I think you go here and then drop down and then you can take this whole eastern route. Maybe looks like there's a way up over here. Okay, now that we've got the map though, let us double back, I think. So we'll go from here and then we'll go and explore this, kind of clear it out. Also a rock that juts out here, but I'm not sure if that's anything. Okay, so for anybody curious, I think that's confirmation that those little pillar markings on the map, that's where, you know, even if you haven't discovered it yet, like here is one, here is one. I think those are all indicators of where map sections are. So, though it feels intimidating at first and like completely lucky as to, oh, well, I haven't found any maps. Well, there you have it. That is where your maps be. Still takes a bit to find that because you have to get through the fog and everything on the map, but certainly opens things up quite a bit. See, I like hugging these perimeters because sometimes sometimes you get caves or catacombs, things of that nature, just from staying against these stone walls. I just want to kind of hug them and see what, what we can continue to find. There we go. There has to be a better way, because I do not seem to have a good grasp on how to fight flying creatures. We do okay sometimes, but most of the time as they fly around, it is not great. Like maybe having some ranged sorceries or a crossbow or something could go a very long way for us. Being able to maybe snipe some of these down. The hard part then is that, with archery of some sort, we would have to level dex more in order to get some scaling there. And if we wanted to go magic, well then we've got arcane and faith and mind to deal with. So it becomes very much so spread stats compared to the build that we've got going right now, which is mostly strength based. Okay, so that's pretty well this whole top level here. And sadly, seems to be nothing to be found. Now, this is most interesting. So that can take you up with your horse to the upper level. You know what? I'm actually gonna do it because we searched this perimeter down here with nothing to be found. That doesn't mean that we can't come back from this point and check down in the water, but I think what we'll do is we'll go up here and we'll check back this upper portion, because this seems to be a closer point. And look at that, straight up to a Lost Grace. Still there seem to be some bugs there where it doesn't actually let you dismount your horse. I don't know if I don't know what's causing that. Because I let out of it, and I've definitely dismounted in combat before, which I initially thought that you might not be able to, which also seemed kind of weird. Oh, I just actually walked right past him. Oops. Have to be careful, because even though it's not an attack, the fire still damages. So those are there. It looks like you can actually drop down over here from up top. If you go over there, you can drop down on these, what look to be giant gravestones out of the wall. I'm not really sure what they are or what the meaning of them are, but I'm thinking that that's like a way to drop down. And maybe some of those have, maybe one of those has an item on it. That'd be something though that we'd need to go up top and look down to see if that's the case. I'm not entirely certain how they saw or heard me. Okay. Got like a flaming long pole. Almost walked back into it. Okay, so these are Rhea Lugaria knights, as opposed to the why do I always blank on his name? What was the guy's name? Godric, right? So now that we've traversed up here, so these lands, this is all Godric area. And I'm thinking even out east a little bit here is also Godric Knights. But now that we've moved north, we're into Rhea Lucaria's realm. And Rhea Lugaria is going to be magic based. So I would also imagine that, or at least my guess would be, the boss fight here is going to be more magic based. So it should be interesting to see what way that goes. Well, this guy is... I don't think he's chained up. I think he just has a giant harpoon in his stomach. There we go. Gives a nice stagger. Does he pull it out and use that as his weapon in phase 2? That'd be pretty dope. I got too greedy. I whiffed. Come on, pull it out. Do it. Do it. I want to see it. I'm not gonna kill him because I want to see him pull it out. Or do you really not have a phase? Come on. You're telling me the phase 2 isn't you ripping that thing out of you and trying to beat me with it? Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. It feels like a missed opportunity. I really don't want to kill you without a phase 2, man. I guess we gotta. I guess we gotta do it. I'm just like ready for him to rip this thing out of his back and then start like whipping it around and stabbing. That would have been so sick. That would have been so sick. I mean, obviously pulling something pierced like that out of you, probably extreme blood loss and dies. But it's a video game, like, come on. Tree spear. I have never been a fan of spears. I have never been a fan of spears. Also, it's always cool to see the Uchigatana come back. Just a classic. Wait. Is this a talisman and not... No, I don't see it here. Where am I missing it? It's called Tree Spear. I should have paid attention to where it said it was. Also, we need to go back and offer this to the Twin Maiden Husks and see what it will give us. Where is the Tree Spear? Oh, there it is. It is a... Oh, it's a great spear. That's why it's listed separately. It deals holy damage. Golden spear with tree-like design, wielded by knights employed as palace guards in the royal capital of Landel. Deals holy damage. Requiring superiority dexterity to wield, this great spear can perform consecutive thrust attacks despite its larger size. And then Sacred Order, Skill of the Golden Order Fundamentalist Knights. Perform a salute and grant the armament Holy Essence. Highly effective against those who live in death. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So those that live in death, you can deal holy damage to them. And holy damage, obviously you can deal holy damage to a lot of things, but holy damage does more against those who live in death. Specifically. Which so far we've only come across that assassin boss that lives in death, because that was a death something catacomb. Okay. So I think all we need to do is check out to the right, and we've got everything from back here covered. I am very disappointed though in that enemy. You know, some of those guys have swords and whatnot. I guess he's technically an easier one because he's been impaled. But that could have been so cool. Alright. These rocks out here overlook the water, which is surely just only death awaiting down there. Okay, we got anything up here? If not, I think we'll head back down and check out the lower levels. How about, no, what? There we go. I always expect more to be on these, like on the cliff side here. Every once in a while there's a little something, but unfortunately it's never that much. Okay. We've got these couple of like hot air balloon looking things. We got one there and one there. Not seeing any further as I look along the countryside. This definitely dips down below. Liurnia Highway South. We could press up to here and then double back. Maybe we'll do it that way, because I am very interested in what these things are, and we've got some enemies about as well. Some archers up on the rocks. Oh, these guys. The freaking enemies with a ton of arms. Yeah. They can shoot like 4 bows all at the same time. Way too many arms. Way too many arms. Also, we need to equip our sacred tier. Forgot about that. Marionette soldier. Okay, so what are these things? Are they just lights that float? Oh, come on. Doge. is now... We're gonna do a little bit of an experiment here. Ooh. We get golden runes. Some pretty decently sized ones, too, for shooting them down. That seems very worth it to me. Whoops. Well, I guess healing is not the worst thing. That was not the right input. Okay. So, I'm not opposed to finding more of those. Oh, what? I didn't have my weapon equipped. I was like, why did I do so little damage? With my backstab, I was like, do these guys have some sort of like crazy... some sort of crazy backstab resistance? But no, I took the crossbow off, and then I was on weapon slot 2 instead of weapon slot 1 and completely just backstabbed him with my fist. No! Oh! That was a little bit of a mistake. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. Well, we're gonna go back over here. Our runes should hopefully be at the top. I would be a little bit concerned if they have since fallen all the way down. There we go, thank you. Okay. So we will try and stay away from there where the archers are. The whole group here. We've bypassed those ones. Oh wait, no. Okay, the one we do want to check this one out. This is a new one. This is a proper amount of damage on a backstab. Ha 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 ha! Way too many are. I like how they all fall over though. Oh, what? We only killed one? You have multiple spears, which probably means you're gonna like spin around with them. How did I know? How did I know? Okay. If we could do just a little bit more damage, I think we'd be in a really good spot because we'd start to be able to take these guys down in 3 hits instead of 4. But we don't have upgrade materials. Ow. Did not go great. Did not go great. Backstab for the heal. Dagger. Stormhawk feather. So that's a crafting material. The healing on those isn't terrible. It's definitely something. I'm gonna say that that's too steep to climb. So this is continuing along the main road. Which I guess this ruin is in the way of it. Don't see much of anything over here. I feel like we should go back across a little bit west, just trying to make sure we get all sides of everything as we go along. Some ruins down there. Got this building, just make sure nothing's on top of it. And then I think the ruins are the next point of interest. We've got a marker over there that's going to point us to a cave or a catacomb or something of that nature. That is a giant lobster. I wonder if it's like the giant crabs and that it's something you fight and it'll respawn. We're definitely gonna have to go give it a look. This seems to be over here, so let's go. It's like north. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. So it's to the northeast of here. Somewhere out over this way. Whoops, that's not the button that I want to press. Somewhere over this way, we'll just give a little marker. Okay, let's go check out these ruins. Let's see what's up. Up. To you too. His ruins have been very kind to us. Those guys are not bothering. Now, ruins are either going to have a big boss to fight. Ruins either have a boss to fight or they tend to... Oh, come on, dog. Always causing troubles. In every Souls game, or FromSoft game rather, dogs just wreaking havoc. Heal. Heal. Thank you kindly. We either have boss fights or some sort of staircase to go down. Found the staircase to go down, which makes sense considering there are a bunch of enemies here. Backstab, thank you. A little bit of health. So we'll have to check and see if there are other items to claim around the ruins here, but we've definitely found where the main treasure lies. When there's rooms like this, there are sometimes enemies about. Another Shabriri grape. And a 2 fingers heirloom. So that was a talisman. Raises faith. Okay. Not useful for us, but we were running a faith build and doing some holy things, then that's definitely a useful item. Okay. So is there any other item lying around here? I'm also wondering, like, if we had multiple Shabriri grapes, like, would that lady who wants to be a maiden take all of it? Who are you? Come out, one and all, from the darkness underground, and let us offer unto the maiden our eyes. Okay, so maybe that's in reference to the Shabriri grape that we just found in there? It's definitely possible that that's what it's in reference to. I don't see anything else around this section of ruin. So let's head down. Probably check out these few bits, and then I want to come back here. Although, it would also be nice if we could find a Lost Grace up this way. But I don't know where the closest one is going to be. So maybe we'll explore until we find a Lost Grace, and then we can double back into the lower portion here. I say that and then like stumble right upon it or something. Oh, hello. It's that girl again.
Hello? Is someone there?
Tayeta.
Would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me? I'm on a pilgrimage in search of the distant light, and when I eat one of those grapes, I can feel the light in the back of my eyes. You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers, emaciated. Yet still, they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. You are most kind indeed. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
Okay, so I think that's the same Hayata girl. I think that's the same Hayata. Now, it's gonna be a matter of continuing to find more Shabriri grapes and giving them to her to get her along her journey. But it definitely is the type of thing that we could lose track of where she goes, or we could stop finding Shabriri grapes, or what's more likely to happen, we will entirely forget about it. We'll like never see her again, never find a Shabriri grape, and then we'll be like, eh. Who? What? Mushroom, mushroom. It's gonna be a very interesting fight with that lobster. I can already feel it. Got a few more sections of ruin as we head back up here. Got a portal. I'm gonna mark this. We'll come back to this. I don't even know what to mark this as. It's kind of a location. We'll do that. It's not really like an encampment, but we will definitely come back and use that. I've just got other things that I want to check out in this general area, and I would like to find a closer Lost Grace before I just completely disappear from the area. That's a new enemy type. Seems to be made of stone. Or maybe it's not an enemy? Like waiting for these to rise from the ground. Oh, these are metal. What is this place? There's fighting going on there. This was some giant metal creature. Who knows what happened here? As I say, are we out near the marker for the cave? Put this on our map. So let's see. So there's not much left over this way. So this will be good as far as like clearing out this side. It'll give us a slightly closer Lost Grace as well. Slightly inconvenient positioning just due to the fact that it's going to be down and around the corner. But closer nonetheless. And hopefully something good at the end of all of this, you know? Oh, those are enemies. I thought... Oh, man. I don't want to get bled. For some reason, I thought they were one of those, like... I can jump attack too. But I thought they were like those kind of, I don't know, squirrel-ish creatures. I don't really know what they are. I thought it was one of those. These things are tiny, but they do deal quite a bit in terms of lead buildup. Alright. So the entrance must be pretty far south here then. So they are all about the ambush. They love the big jumping attacks as well. Okay, so you really make you keep your eyes peeled down here. Really make you keep your eyes peeled for them. Because it's always like you see one and then there are another two in hiding. Maybe something back up here. Some crafting materials over there. There it is. There's still more, though, to investigate to the south. Cliff Bottom Catacombs. Yeah, so each one of these catacombs and caves, they feel very inspired by Chalice dungeons. Which I think is a pretty cool thing. Like, I've been very much so recognizing and appreciating all the different references to, you know, Souls games and Sekiro and Bloodborne and Demon's Souls. Like, you can see the inspiration and some of the callbacks. Okay, there was another one. Yeah, this catacomb is definitely a bit tougher. These guys take 4 hits to kill, which makes me think that probably gonna have a little bit of a harder boss fight in here as well. So I can understand that, you know, a new player to this may not have the same appreciation for everything. It's a phenomenal game in its own right. I'm loving every bit of it. but there are definitely some added benefits and enjoyment that comes from knowing the other games that have come before this. Okay, so that's where we're heading back to. We don't... Oh, I guess we will be heading down there at some point. If not heading down there, we will go there ourselves. Let's put it that way. Disappointed by the number of missed swings. There we go. Got an arrow sticking out my side, but... Are there no hidden walls in this game? I'm waiting for it. I feel like at some point we had to have missed some. Check down here and then we'll go up to that. We're a very big boy. No! I early rolled it. Oh no. I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. New grave glovewort. It'd be nice if we were using ashes and wanting to upgrade them. Don't punish that. Ooh, you can backstab beefy boy. Let's go. They get up pretty fast too, so we can immediately R1. Or R2, rather. Everything is just delayed enough. Oh man. I can't see in that spot. Trying to roll out of it. Ow. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I did not try and roll there. Okay. Another one. Come on, man. Okay, so they're throwing magic at us from up top. We're definitely gonna go in there. There's no real question about that. There's quite a bit to explore here. There's quite a bit to explore here. No! There we go. Okay, so what do we have here? New rune arc. Got the big guy to fight. Forked hatchet, so that's the weapon that they use. Ah, it's such a delayed thing. It's unfortunate that that doesn't stagger, but I mean it makes sense. We're not really using a very staggering weapon. Be lying if I said I wasn't trying to stagger him with that. I don't know how we did not get hit. Backstab. Give me the health back. Immediate R2, R1 to kill. Okay, we've gone through a lot of healing items. We've got stone sword keys, so I'm going to Going to use it. Any others, or just that one? Nox Mirror Helm. Is that better than the helmet that we have now? It's heavier and worse against physical stuff, but better against magic, fire, holy, and has higher resistances. So, not bad in its own respect, but I tend to go with more physical reduction stuff. Maybe there's the chance we come up against a... Oh, come on. Such range? Oh no. I try to roll away so much, and he still catches me on that last... Nope. Well. Still catches me on that last one. You tricky bugger. I guess we'll trade. Alright. Well, these catacombs here, definitely tougher than some of the other ones that we've been going through as of late. But these also have better rewards, so there's gotta be a trade-off. For sure. So this is... Oh, he's got like a... It almost looks like a stick. Spear. We get a scythe. There's still more to go. And that's the part where I don't quite know yet. I knew that was there, and then I forgot on the way back. There's another one on the wall right up there. I don't know how he didn't trigger. How am I swinging over? Oh my goodness. Get out of my life. No, not the wall hit. Elden Rune. Grave Glovewort. So we still need to get over to there. And it's like a half floor down. So how do we do it? 'Cause I feel like the hallway that we were, like the area we were just in, that doesn't connect. Was there something over in here where we did all that fighting? The loose back? 'Cause it's like it's on this floor back over to the right. Let's go down again. This is too low. There's nothing there. Gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking here. We've killed our way through most of it, and we're definitely going to have to sit at the... definitely gonna have to sit at the grace at the start of this... the start of this place. Okay, so we had this. There is an enemy down here. Maybe this is a way to go? Nope. I remember that now. Alright, well that fight went way better. I know that we got the sneaky upper hand. Oh no, there's another one. Okay. Got that pathway. FD Beast Bones. This all just leads around in a loop. What's up, bud? No, I was just trying to pillage. Prattling Pate's wonderful. Ow! I've made a grave mistake. That healing is a good start. Oh, it catches me on the backside. More healing. Oh, that almost caught me. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Now I'm dead. Oh, man. We were going so well with it. The backstab's just giving us a little bit of health. Okay, but we got everything down there. So I don't think that we actually need to fight our way through that again. I wasted a heal because I pressed the wrong button. Okay. Let us try that again. Do we need the elevator or can we? I think we do. I don't think there are ledges for us. Okay. So we'll take the lift down, and then as we proceed down the staircase, we'll go underneath that way. I feel like we had explored everything on the upper level anyway. Which maybe that's a bold claim. I wanted to backstab him so bad. It never works. I seem to... Well, all my runes are gone now. I hate these enemies. I hate them. They like have just enough of a backstep to get out of range, and they're just quicker than I seem to be able to deal with effectively. Yeah, that's probably the most runes we've lost so far. It's like 13k or something in that ballpark. It was definitely a level's worth. But it's okay. How does that still reach? Oh my gosh. I hate you so much. I'm not backing, I'm not doing it. I'm not backing into the elevator pit again. You can't make me do it. You can't. Oy vey. Oy vey. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm gonna heal top off. That's not pretty. That's not pretty. No, sir. No, sir. Okay. So we saw that from up there. So we've been on like 2 different floors. We're gonna continue to try and go from down here. Because I think there's more to explore this way. may be able to just hop down and sneak past. There's a lot of backstab opportunity with them, I'm realizing, after just fighting them for a little bit. Definitely not that bad. Now, fighting in close quarters, and if we get other enemies involved. That's a different ball game. Oh, I was early. Just keep killing it with the trap. Trap kill. Well, that's one way to do it. Somebody's got to be here. No? Okay. And so then this ladder loops back around, probably up to the same floor that the lever's on. It looks like there's an enemy too in the room here. Okay, so the lever's out there. You're probably protecting something, yeah? Yes. We've got a slightly different moveset with that swing. I got locked in the backstab animation, but no backstab. It's probably influencing me too much to go for backstabs, but they've also been quite effective. Page Ashes. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon a spirit of a page. Spirits of a page who traveled at the side of the noble he served. Uses a piercing sword and crossbow to defend his master. One becomes a page merely by accident of being born into obscurity. Nothing is asked of ability, talent, or volition. So they give you a lot of options for help on boss fights in the form of these ashes. So it's like an offline summoning feature in which you can use, you know, a bunch of different types, which is actually kind of neat. Because you're definitely going to have more casual players, right? And more casual players may also not want to play online. I don't like playing online. At least not for a first playthrough. Like I want to play the game. I don't want to be invaded and disrupted. I want to enjoy the game as it stands in a PvE only sense. But casual player is also going to want help. Oh, this is a magical version. I wonder if a hammer would work better. Okay, I can't go around that. I tried to roll it. Oh, that still hit. rolled it early, got lucky. Try and keep baiting these. This is like the third one. This is like the third watchdog that we've fought. They have 3 phases, so I wonder if there are only 3. But each one has been slightly different. This one's a little more unique than the other 2. Really rolled it. Okay. It's a longer attack than I thought. So maybe just like, I don't know, you get 1 attack in and kind of rotate. Okay. Seems like the attack is enough to, oh, I rolled it early, dang. Seems like 1 attack is enough to get you off kilt. So maybe you would run until... Okay. Run until the fire breathing stops and then go in for another attack. Attack tracks so much. Okay, that was fair. So we'll sprint around. It seems like 1 attack is sufficient. I really rolled it. Felt like on the previous ones, I had a better understanding of the timing of that slam. But on this one, not as much. Oh, it has a quick follow-up swipe. It's odd. That one's a little bit different. And I would be interested if like a hammer would do more damage, because it seems like it's more made of rock, and so we're probably dealing less damage due to that. But we got it, so that's obviously the main thing. But the feels of a very sloppy boss fight. Wait, why did these doors shut? Let's rest up. I also believe we had found a sacred tear. Oh, okay. We need 3 golden seeds for the next one, and still only 1 sacred tear for that. But now we're at +5. I don't know why this door closed on us. Are we locked in here now? It's odd. So I want to go and check down here. Not entirely certain what happened there. That might be a bug that door got shut. So we'll ride north and we'll come back down here. But I want to go even further down that way. Because we found the catacombs, but I think there's probably even more to it. Maybe an item down at the end, or it could just be, you know, the exceedingly rare crafting materials, but we're not gonna know unless we go and check that out. And I'm probably gonna open the door again, just because it feels weird to have it open. Oh, look at that. There's another Lost Grace up here. Somehow we completely missed that as we cut across, because I guess we went just down below here. Okay, so there's that, and then there were a similar one of these grave sites outside of Morn Castle. This marks Melania's southward march. The blade of Michaela and her clean-wrought knights grant her wings never be clipped. Oh boy. Those are a lot of names that I recognize, and the fact that it says about, you know, her wings not being clipped. If we've got to deal with flying bosses, oh no. That can't be good. Alright, we're just gonna ride through the ambushes here. Hopefully we can just clean avoid it. Not really get slowed up by them. Who knows if we'll ride fast enough that they'll reset. There is a chair down there. But I need to go back and find this and open the door again. It's odd to me that the door's shut. I don't know if it has something to do with how we just like randomly died in the well or what happened in there, but that is better. Now, I'm glad we decided to come back down here. Somber Smithing Stone level 2. Okay. So that, in my mind, makes this area pretty well completed. Everything kind of back in here is now done. I know that we've still got stuff in the castle. At some point, I think I will double back and try and figure out some of the stuff on this end. Mostly because we have this that has a blocked off portion coming back. Like there's definitely some stuff to be done there. From here, we still want to check out down here. We haven't gone this road up on the left-hand side. I'm thinking we go and take this teleporter, see where it takes us. It may take us completely off the beaten path. You know, this is going to continue to take us up into here. Which this might be. I'm trying to think, is that... Is that Rhea Lugaria? I'm not sure. But let's go west. It's straight into here. You can actually see it through the hole. Don't think we've got anything up here. I want to check this out real quick. Seems like another one of these. So it's just a face on... It's a metal face that I don't know if this was like something that was pushed by armies and was something that would instill fear or what. There's a watchtower up here. No. Ah! Okay. Well, I guess that solves that for us. Let's go examine this teleporter and see where it takes us to. Yes, we're going to travel to another location. So we found 2 chests that have teleported us to places that we didn't want to go. And this is the second one of these teleporters. One was, I believe, on the bridge out to the tower. This one, Liurnia of the Lakes. So this takes us from here all the way out to here. Lands a bit more to the west. Okay, well, we don't need this anymore, so I'll take this off of the map. This is sealed off, so we may just be at a point where we'll have to warp back, but definitely good to have marked. I suppose we could backtrack south, but it's also the type of thing. South Rhea Lugaria gate. Okay, so this is the south gate, and then they said about the east gate goes to the castle, or goes to the capital rather. So this is not Rhea Lugaria, then, I suppose. This is the south gate, then Rhea Lugaria may be here, and this is the gate towards the capital, if I'm understanding that correctly. Okay. So we're gonna save it. I'm gonna be patient. Try and work my way up there. We also can't go into Rhea Lugaria because we don't have the glintstone key. So we're gonna have to find that somewhere else. Probably south of there. So the Liurnia of the Lakes. We're not heading north yet up the highway. I think the next place in that direction will be over here. But I think for now, we're gonna go down, and then I want to check out this watered area. We've got some ruins and things to go and check out as well. So we'll go west, down, and then head over south. And we have there's a giant lobster to fight. Almost forgot about Larry. Not entirely certain as to why there's a giant lobster and how fighting it'll go, but it is there. It is a thing. We know about it. And I'm guessing that he's not a respawning enemy, but I mean, honestly, I could be very, very wrong about that. Just want to see if we've got... It's like a lot of very open area with not a lot going on. Which is why I feel like I need to go and check it out. Because I would think that somewhere in all of this, there's something. You know, we've got these jellyfish minding their own business. But bam, would you look at that? Cave. See? See? You just have to believe that there's something beyond. Trust that gamer instinct. Check it out. See, so we got a cave back here. It's so dark. It's always so dark in the caves. Not sure what kinds of things are going to jump out at us here, but we've got poison flowers. Love that. Crystal cave moss. Crystal cave moss. Hold on. Does that mean there's going to be crystal in the cave, or it's just that maybe that moss is made of crystal? These are poison spells. No! Okay. Well, we're already poisoned, so we're just going to freely explore. That's just where you can drop down initially. Backstab, get some health back. Yeah. This is how you stay alive in a poison storm, is you just backstab your opponents. My motto has been, you can't poison me anymore. So. Oh, no! Okay, well, but you can do damage to me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm not gonna try and fight the poison. I think we'll let the poison just run out, because I think we can out-heal it. But we have to be very careful. We fell down. So gotta try and stay up here as best we can. We're so close. Oh man. They stabbed me so much. Oh, come on. Stop denying me backstabs. Stop denying me backstabs. These guys have way too many iframes standing up. It's cheating. Dirty, rotten cheaters. Ow, ow, ow. Freaking bats. That one's dead, it's just flailing. Glowstone. Okay, so here's our stuff back. Can't poison me anymore. Okay, so this is the upper route. It meets up with the lower route. I suppose the upper route is just a bit less dangerous. Already poisoned, so it doesn't matter going into here. I hear somebody. Here. Right. Gotta wait ages for them to stand up again. Doesn't seem like there's anything back to the left. Toxic mushroom. So either these guys are weaker or we do more damage because they're in like a state of surprise. Like we get a sneak bonus or something. Okay. Got a boss fight down here. Poison grease. We only have a little bit of poison buildup left. Think we should be fine. Clean Rot Knight. Oh, so you actually are fighting in a... Nice. Okay. Okay. So you just you just have to fight in a poison swamp and then also try not to get the rot. Nice. Okay, we're just gonna sprint past this. So you just pretty much have to fight this boss poisoned. It's kind of like, what was that one boss fight from Dark Souls 2? You could drain the poison? That's what I'm thinking of here. The Serpent Lady. This guy's kind of cool, though. This guy's kind of cool, though. Have to delay the... Oh, man. Gotta avoid that or we'll get Scarlet Rot. Delay the R2. So he actually, even though he's... armored, seems to take pierce damage. Winged sword insignia. Anything else in the boss room? Definitely a cool boss. Very susceptible, though, to the backstabbing. Very, very susceptible to the backstabbing. I wonder if you teleport back, does that heal your... No. It actually resets your poison meter. What a troll. What a troll. Our poison meter must have been pretty low at that point, and then you teleport back and it restarts it from the top. Oh, how mean. Okay, that's 2,000. I think that should be enough for our level. I don't know if that's a bug. It feels like it probably is. But it's still pretty mean. Still pretty mean. Okay, so that takes care of the cave. Where do we go from here? I think we head out to Larry or Rock Lobster. Yeah, whatever you want to call them. That boss definitely had some cool moves, though. Also, did I even look at what he dropped? The talisman? Winged sword insignia. Raises attack power with successive attacks. Ooh. So if we... I think we had one other thing that was kind of in the mindset of the successive attacks. So if you've got twin blades or daggers, something that's going to hit very, very quickly, that would be very useful for it. The stuff that I mean, the longsword is not really, in most cases, going to do that much in terms of successive hits. Need like the really fast hitting weapons. Something that swings super quick or something that has like a multi-hit to it. Very foggy out here. I know that the lobster is close. I know that the lobster is... There he is. Is this a boss fight? Are we fighting a lobster for a boss? Come on, you... Maybe it's a mini boss, I don't know. Ow! Oh. Okay, so that big attack, he gets his claw stuck in the ground. Two. You can do a couple of successive attacks with that guy before the big one. Come on, give me the big jump. Stick the pointy one in the ground again. Ah! I rolled back into it. Big claw. Come on, buddy. Ow. You know, that big claw, it's pretty hard. Okay, he's got a swipe attack. As I say, we're gonna be able to kill him when he got his claw stuck in the ground there. Strip of white flesh. Okay, so he's... I had higher hopes. I had higher hopes. The lobster was... I had just hoped he would turn out to be a boss. I don't know. I was like, well, it's not a mud crab. So maybe there's more to him, you know? Maybe when we fight him, I don't know, I was waiting for the boss health bar. It would probably be too memey though. It would probably be too much of a meme to ask. Okay, so these guys in a group are no joke. They can very much so gang up on you. This is where we got the map. I don't know if there are any more things to do up in these little ruins here. Got another guy. Actually, quite a few of them. Oh, we've got magic casting ones. Great. Got a man up there. There are enemies in these ruins. Part of me would think that that means they're protecting something, but that might not necessarily be the case. Can take that to jump back up top here. Which I don't think you can actually reach from here. I think the lake shore, everything kind of leads down. So that's not a bad place to be able to go up. we've kind of explored everything back from there. I think I'm gonna go up. We're kind of going back and forth, but this also feels like a point where Lost Grace might be. Ooh, no, we've got an Evergold. Okay. So this is a boss fight. And you know what? Looking at the time of this video, let's save this boss fight for the start of the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.